everybody, Hemo here. Today I'll be discussing the state of Forsaken and what I think about it and all the complaints I have. And I will also be discussing the future of this channel and the things of that sorts. So I'll stop wasting more of your time and I'll get into it. So one of the main reasons that I've been really out of touch with Forsaken and just not really liking the game is the really bad balancing. Now this section will be focused only on killer balancing, and that's because the game revolves around them. Having a good match against a balanced killer that's fun for both sides is what this game should strive for. Yet what we ended up with is an unbalanced mess with meta killers and bad killers. This is although a small problem when it comes to casual server, as you can still win with whatever killer you play, but going against a couple of good survivors and you'll start to see the cracks and flaws this game's balancing has with its killers. I don't like the fact that if I want to win against a team of good survivors, I have to play the most boring killer, Noli. Now, I don't know if Nosferatu is just as bad to go against because I honestly couldn't care less to play the game right now. But even after the nerfs, Noli still excels at wiping lobbies with his very fun and balanced to go against kit. His Nova is just what corrupt nature wishes it could be, having a big AoE that is near impossible to avoid without having to put yourself in a bad position just to avoid it. And his Void Rush being a get out of jail free card that gives him the advantage in chase even if he misses it. Because tell me why. I can parry this motherfucker, make distance, and he just holds Q and closes all the distance I just made. With 110 stamina, mind you. There is no way in their right mind they released this killer for this long and still haven't thought, you know, maybe it's a bit unfair that he doesn't get punished for missing his abilities. When Cool Kid loses the entire chase and pressure for missing walk speed override. Because tell me how the hell is Noli just a better Cool Kid? Why the hell is every new killer a mix of something that exists, but better? Make walk speed override cancelable at least. That move is so much harder to land and get value out of, unlike Void Rush. But Cool Kid is not the only one that needs to be addressed, because Slasher and John Doe needs just as much as talking. Let's start with John Doe first. Listen, I love John Doe. He's by far one of my favorite killers, but tell me why he is one of the easiest killers to beat. Literally, all it takes to beat him is to keep your distance and never go to a dead end. And now his spikes are useless, and so are his 3 traps, because guess what? Every map has more than just 3 places you can run to. So I guess any survivor that has slightly good any survivor that has slightly good game sense, you will never have anyone step in your traps. So what you basically turn into is an M1 killer. John Doe as an M1 killer. At that point, you just have to wonder why the devs hate him so much to gut him this badly and never give him a well-needed buff. Like, why was Unstoppable gutted? Sure, you can parry a stun and get a speed boost, but if you get stunned by another survivor while chasing someone, the survivor you're chasing will still have a stamina advantage in the chase. And not only that, your stamina won't be full to chase the person that stunned you, so you just have to restart chase. It is so miserable. Give John Doe his old Unstoppable back with no speed boosts. However, if he gets stunned during 4-4 corrupt energy, then he will get the speed boost. This killer needs it. And now on to Slasher. Tell me why the hell they reduced the raging pace speed. This killer is by far the easiest to loop and take on chase with good stamina management, and all he had to save himself was raging pace. And you nerf it? This is the game with the killer that you can stun and will catch up to you in the press of a button. And you nerf the killer who loses all pressure and has basically to start the chase again when he gets stunned. Like, do these balancers really look at the changes they make and think, yeah, that sounds about right. This killer that's already low tier and struggles to win against any decent survivor looks really nerfable right now. 1X, in my opinion, is balanced, considering his kit consists of predicting and mind games, but Entanglement is the only gripe I have about him. The move either spells death for you if you're on PC and is just a minor nuisance if you're on console or mobile. It needs a better minigame to balance it between different devices so you don't feel cheated that your move basically had no effect because of the device someone is playing on. But I'm sure you already get the message. The balancing is inconsistent and bad. Now we're moving on to skins and updates. The skins every major update need to be toned down, because every major update, each character gets a very fair 2 to 3 skins. And then one character just gets 20 plus skins. Like, what the fuck? This is bad for many reasons. One being that if it isn't your favorite character, you'll be cheated out of 20 plus skins. Some characters don't even get skins during updates. Second reason is that they could be putting all the effort of making so many skins into making very few but high quality and high effort skins that people will use. Not 19 skins that'll never see the light of day in a match because the 20th skin had a lot of effort put into it. And the third reason being that they need to distribute it evenly between characters. I don't want to play the same character 20 times, test out every new skin, while another character I won't play at all because they got no skins. It's stupid, and it could easily be fixed. Release at least 2 to 5 skins of good quality for every character, instead of having one character hog all the damn skins that have barely anything interesting to them. Now we're going to move on to my third reason. Untrustworthy devs. I'm going to be very open about this, but I really dislike Hitoko and Basil. Now you may be wondering, why hate on Basil? She did nothing. And that's exactly the reason. How come you contribute absolutely nothing to the game whatsoever and be one of the owners, when so many other hardworking developers deserve that spot? But go off with your daily seal pictures, I guess. And Hitoko, oh boy, Hitoko. The amount of controversy and drama going on around you is just astounding. It really cannot be that hard to be a decent human being and not get into drama. But here you are, leading the game to its downfall with all the allegations you've gotten exposed for. So many informed content creators you can watch that discuss this topic, especially Sharky Leo. Please check him out, he's awesome and makes good videos. But back on topic, I really wish Basil and Hitoko transfer ownership to more capable and trustable people. But that's never gonna happen, and that's gonna lead the game to a very pathetic and early demise. It feels like once Soul left, 2 pieces of him split and took ownership, but that's probably because Soul himself gave the ownership to Basil and Hitoko, because they're all good buddies in secret. But now let's move on to my final reason: no more passion. With all these things you just listened to me rant about, you can probably tell I have lost my spark for this game, and it's such a shame considering this game made my channel what it is today. And I loved what used to be the Forsaken I knew, and the people who missed the old Forsaken, I know exactly what you mean. Although you may have gone clown for saying that, and I think it's funny, but it really is a valid reason to miss old Forsaken, because as young as the game is, it took a drastic downfall, which led to majority of the player base losing the spark they once had and missing what the game used to be. And now on to my final thing I have to talk about. What's the future of this channel / like what now? To be honest, I have doubts about my channel thriving after the changes I have in mind. But I plan on moving off of Forsaken only content and doing games inside and outside of Roblox. Something like these 3 YouTubers that I absolutely loved when I was younger and still do. I want to give the same feeling to people that watch me like how I felt when I used to watch them. Eating your snacks or food while watching your comfort YouTuber. That's what I strive for, and that's what I'll try to achieve. As for Forsaken, I plan on doing a couple of final videos that I've always had in my mind but was too shy to do so. And after that, I will only do Forsaken content to cover a new update, and that's about it. I will be focusing more on building a connection with my viewers and to bring joy and comfort to all of you. Thank you so much for sticking through this rant video. I wouldn't be here without all of you, and I hope the future is bright for this channel. Thank you.